What is up, Nuggets? It's your boy, Killer Pizza, here with a brand new video for you rascals and rapscallions out there. So I follow a lot of like Facebook groups on like horror and everything, which I'm sure you guys do too, and I seen one the other day that was a pretty fun question, like, what is your favorite subgenre of horror? And lots of fun different answers I've seen people give, and I think I've given mine on here before, which it's slashers followed by comedy slash zombie. Comedy or zombie could flip-flop, either one. Those are my top three: slasher, horror comedy, and zombie flicks. And I think I did a top 5 slasher films you should own before, so I thought I'm going to do a quick little 5 zombie movies I think you should own. And I went through my shelf and I tried not to pick the obvious ones, which I think I've told you guys to buy Return of the Living Dead like a million times. I mean, not literally, but so many times. So I tried to keep like all the obvious answers off this list, except for one based on the edition itself. But anyways, let's get right into it. 5 zombie movies I want you guys to own. Now, the first one, this is a Scream Factory release, and I just heard them talking about this on Dead Pit Radio, talking about the worst horror zombie movies of all time, and that is Battery. Now, I disagree. I actually really like this movie. This one was a lot of fun. I was pleasantly surprised by it. Is there flaws in this? Sure, but from what I heard, the budget was like $10,000 or something ridiculous like that, so you don't really see these zombies a lot. I actually think I reviewed this like when I first started my channel. But anyways, what makes this movie a lot of fun right here is this little car right here. What do you call this? Speedwagon. I can't think right now. It's hot out here in Michigan. But anyways, that's the funnest part of the whole movie, is like the whole third act, these two friends that are just walking through America trying to find some other people, some civilization or something. They end up getting stuck in this car, station wagon. I couldn't think of it. And the battery dies on us. These two are stuck in it, and they do a really good job of like using what they got by being stuck in this car, and it kind of becomes like an isolation movie between these two friends getting at each other's throat, which leads into a pretty fun final deal in the third act. So I recommend checking this one out. It was a lot of fun. Then next, another Scream Factory one. This comes in a 2-pack right here, Terrorvision and Video Dead. Now, I didn't watch Video Dead for the longest time because I personally didn't like Terrorvision, but when I finally watched Video Dead, this is a very fun, cheesy horror movie from the 80s, exactly what I love. It pretty much has a plot like Demons 2 in a way, where the demon comes out of the TV set, but more so they're watching an old zombie movie on the TV, these kids, and all the zombies come out of the TV and start chasing after them and all this fun stuff. I just like the premise and the idea. It's kind of wonky. Can't speak today, guys. It's been a long week at work. But this one is a lot of fun. And if you can still get the double pack, might as well. Some of you guys might like Terrorvision. Okay, now another one that I also heard them on Dead Pit say wasn't that good, but the practical effects were really great. I love this movie. That is The Dead Next Door. This is pretty much about, like, imagine like the soldiers in Day of the Dead if they were out in the streets, like trying to patrol and everything. This is like they have the zombie police and they go from town to town trying to take out the rest of these zombies and kill them and whatnot. But I will give it that, this with the practical effects, that is the highlight of this movie. This has some of the coolest practical effects in the zombie movie I ever seen. At one point, they decapitate the zombie, take his head off, and then they're kind of resting and talking after all the craziness. Oh man, you okay? You okay? And the zombie with the severed head bites one of the people and takes a chunk out of them. And I never thought of that before, like the severed head actually biting you. Sure, like in Return of the Living Dead Part 2, with the fingers in the head, in the mouth of the zombie. But this was pretty brutal, like a pretty savage bite, and pretty fun concept, having like the zombie police and everything. I really enjoyed this movie. And also an extra little thing here, I noticed when I picked this up, broken case, but I mentioned this a while ago when I first started my channel. You can get these on Amazon, these regular Blu-ray cases with 2 in there. I highly suggest these if you pick up from like thrift stores, disc replay, flea markets, garage sales, stuff like that. Nice to switch your sleeve right out and get a nice clean case. Anyways, here's one I definitely reviewed. This one is crazy. It's from Severin Films, so you know it's going to be crazy. Revenge of the Living Dead Girls. This movie was absolutely insane. This is not a good zombie movie in any way, though I think the masks on these zombies are quite terrifying, if I'm being honest with you. But go back and watch my review if you want to know all about this. There's some absolutely insane things. At one point, these 3 zombie girls tie down a hooker, and they rape her with a samurai sword. That happens in this movie, and that's maybe not even the craziest shit that happens. So for shock factor, I think you should pick this one up alone. And last but not least, The Belle of the Ball. Now, this is the obvious one I had to pick. This is one of my favorite movies, top 5 for sure. That is Dawn of the Dead. Now, I absolutely love this release. This is from Second Sight, I believe. So, this is, a foreign film, so it's not region free, but luckily the 4Ks are. Every 4K is region free, so if you have a 4K player, you can pick this up. And this is just a smaller box edition. Right here. Here's the front. And I'm not telling you guys anything new. Sure, if you're watching this, you know all about this release. It has it's a 3-disc release actually, or 4 discs. You got the theatrical cut, the extended Canny's cut, the Argento cut, and the special features. So 3 cuts. I actually watched the Argento cut for the first time 6 months ago. It's actually pretty cool. A lot more rock and roll music, and they have certain scenes that I never seen before. But I absolutely adore this movie, in my top 5, and it looks absolutely amazing on 4K with 3 cuts. I highly suggest picking this up. If you get any of these, pick this one up if you don't already have it. So those are my suggestions. Like I said, these aren't the best zombie movies. These aren't the main ones I would suggest necessarily, but I was trying to be a little outside the box on this one and maybe mention some movies you've never heard of before. So yeah, we have Revenge of the Living, I keep wanting to say the Gorgor Girls, Revenge of the Living Dead Girls, The Dead Next Door, Video Dead, Battery, and of course 1978, Dawn of the Dead. But other than that, hopefully everybody's having a great Saturday. I was going to review The People Under the Stairs 4K for you guys today, but my movie is not coming until tomorrow. So I may or may not do a review for it tomorrow to come out Sunday. If not, it's going to come the next weekend after that. But anyways, hopefully everybody's having a great weekend and watching some good horror flicks. Blood, Guts, Gore. I'll check you guys next time.